Yes, everybody. Yes, welcome back to another hot installment of a very special podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about all your favorite TV series from yesterday. Yeah. And then we discuss it over a glass of wine. In case you don't know, I'm Patrick M. Dunn. Perhaps you remember me from the previous 130-something-ish episodes. And I'm joined here, as always, by Queen of Mean? I don't know. Kat Hulsa, the author.
Queen of Mean? F you jackass.
See what I'm talking about? I don't know, it rhymed. I was trying to think of something that rhymed and I didn't know what to go. That's the first thing I went with, but I
don't know. Apparently, I keep hearing that I'm a bitch, so I don't know.
Yeah, you get that on our Twitter account all the time. They're like, we love Patrick, but we hate Kat. She's a bitch. Recast her with January Jones or something. Oh,
yeah.
Whoa. Our fandom is fucked, huh?
Exactly. Like, what the hell, people? What the hell?
Yeah, but we're excited. This is going to be a weird episode because this is like it's happened to me before. This is definitely like a sleep deprived Patrick hour. So who knows what'll come out of my mouth? And this is like Kat had to kind of wake me up today because I was starting to fall into slumber town and. Yeah, she woke me up. She woke my ass up, and
I was like, "Bitch, get the fuck up!"
Yeah, wearing sunglasses so you can't see the bags under my eyes. I look like fucking Mary J. Blige day drinking, so I had to throw these shades on.
We're a mess.
But yeah, we've had a week. We've had quite the week. We're still waiting for our new theme song.
Yeah, they're working on it.
The boys are in the studio dropping some hot beats. Dropping some hot, sexy beats for us to slap the bass to.
I don't know where you're going with this, and I'm afraid.
What are we doing today, Kat?
Today, we're doing a very special episode of Growing Pains.
Yeah, get ready to go to Man Named Sandy Con because we're headed down to Man Named Sandyville today. It's going to be fun and sad. A little bit of both.
Oh, yes.
A little quirky. We're going to see nurses slip in hospitals and fall on their asses. We're going to see all kinds of great stuff today.
Yes, this is a weird episode.
I think I sent you a text right after I finished watching this, and I was like, yeah, this episode is fucking strange. I don't know, it didn't date well. I was expecting a lot more somber episode.
It is.
It's fucking way too upbeat. Then all of a sudden, they pulled the rug out from underneath us, and I don't know, they just left us fucking hanging.
But at the same time, that's kind of life.
This all right, so the episode that we're doing is called Second Chances. It's fourth season, I believe. Fourth season?
Yes, it's season 4, episode 20.
Yes. All right. So this is at the end of the season.
There's a double episode after this.
Yeah. So you get this really weird, sad episode, and then the very next episode is the season 4 finale, and they make no reference to the death of Sandy. So it's fucking awkward. It's fucking wild.
But it's really weird because this episode definitely builds up to what's coming in the next episode for the rest of everybody.
Oh, well, the grandmother getting married to I don't know, the new man and the new man in town. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is our second time doing Growing Pains. We're excited. The last time we did a Ben episode, it was a Ben dream sequence. It was weird. He got his tonsils, a tonsillectomy. Is that what they called it?
Yes. You're the one who works in a hospital.
I don't fucking deal with people getting tonsillectomies, though. Jesus Christ, I just work in the ER. We just ship these people to the operating room. And I don't know the names of things. What do you think I am, a doctor? You think I'm a doctor, Kat Halstead?
No.
Because if I was...
Dude, if you were a doctor, why would we need to find one to buy us a Hawaii mansion?
I know. We wouldn't even be doing a podcast right now. We'd be out I don't know, saving lives and stuff. We'd be busy.
Would we?
Busy in Hawaii, solving mysteries. We do not Moonlight. What's the show with Pierce Brosnan?
Oh my god, it is, Remington Steele.
All right, we'd be doing a Remington Steele scenario where you'd be writing these hot romance novels about a hot doctor saving lives, and I would be your source. I'd be your source, pretending it's me. You want to talk about when this episode aired? You want to get into this fun night of television?
What was on this night of television? I can't even fathom. It's 1989?
Yes. All right, so I feel like we've definitely done this year because I recognize a lot of these shows. We've definitely talked about them. We've done a few of them, and but it's a wild night. Yeah, it's a wild night of television. Believe it or not, girl.
I am shook that it's a wild night of television.
I know I say this every week, but I think tonight is going to be the wildest night ever. You ready? You ready for it? You want to start off with the ABC, the alphabet?
Yeah, let's start with the alphabet.
All right, things kick off with our friend, the Seavers. We'll get to them in a minute. Growing pains. We're almost there. Just we'll sidebar it for now, so we'll go through the rest of the night. You ready for ABC 8:30?
Yeah, what's on at ABC at 8:30?
All right. Any guesses? Do you have a guess at all?
Who's the boss?
No, I wish. Instead, it's we've definitely talked about this. We haven't done it because we haven't found any apps, but head of the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, head of the class deals with an entire classroom of academically gifted high school students. They go to the IHP, and it's comprised of a diverse range of personalities, ethnicities, and academic specialties. Who's the guy from WKRP who's in this? Hesseman or something? Hessman?
Howard Hess. I think that's his name. Hessman or something like, yeah. Are we getting him confused with Les Nessman?
Yeah, I think we're just combining characters with actual people now. And Robin Givens is in this, right? This is the Robin Givens show, right?
And this is the one, it is Howard Hessman. It's the one that also gave us Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
He was the big fat guy, Dennis.
Yep.
Who is not a good guy, guys.
Yeah.
Not good.
This show was weird because it was popular. It was on for 5 or 6 years, but it was never really syndicated. And it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know why.
I loved this show. It's probably one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. I loved it.
Yeah.
And
I feel it was on USA for a while, and then just kind of that was it.
Yeah, it was probably on something like that, and then it just vanished.
I don't know, maybe it didn't age well. I don't know. We'll have to find an app. Maybe someone out there has a VHS. If you do, tweet us at Very Podcast, and then we'll try to find a way to watch it.
Yeah, we'll find some way.
You ready for ABC 9 o'clock?
Yes, it was on ABC at 9 o'clock.
All right, I know we like this show. We've talked about it. We have yet to do it. And they talked about bringing it back at one point in time, but they nixed that idea. Coach! Yeah, Coach!
Yes, Coach! I love you, Coach!
I know. All right, remember Netflix was going to all right, we're bringing back Coach, and then they just were nope.
No, it wasn't Netflix. It was going to be NBC. NBC was going to bring back Coach.
Oh, it was on.
They filmed episodes.
It was on Netflix, though, right?
It was on Netflix.
That's right.
It was on Netflix. All the episodes were on Netflix. I watched that whole damn show.
Oh, you were doing a catch-up?
Preparing.
Yeah, you were getting ready, prepping?
Yeah, I was doing it's been so long, it doesn't get syndicated very often. And it was back when I was living in Minnesota, and I found out that the college was... They never named the town where it was in, but it was supposedly where I lived.
Yeah, we talked about that before, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm still bitter.
Ryan, if you listen to this, you need to send Kat Coach the complete series on DVD. And I don't know.
Don't do that.
We'll have a Coach weekend. I don't know. All Coach all weekend long. I'm really excited about ABC 9:30. I've never seen the show, but we know the star. Any guesses?
Is this the Hooper Man?
No, I wish it was. All right. We've talked about Robert Guillemy. We've done Soap. We've talked about Benson. Post Benson, he had the Robert. I don't know how to say. Is it Guillemy? Is that how you say his name? Guillemine? I don't know. We'll say Guillemy. Correct us, Twitter. Correct us. But the Robert Guillemy show.
I feel it's something that we've talked about before, but
Well, we definitely talked about Benson, and we've talked about Soap. We've done Soap.
Yeah.
But for 13 weeks in 1989, he had the Robert Guillemy show. The series starred Guillemy as Edward Sawyer, a single father with 2 children who begin an interracial relationship. And he has I don't know, it's wild. So according to Guillemy, it's an autobiography of his life, and he conceived the series with the intent of exploring racial complexities in a family situation, but in a comedic way. But he was warned by ABC that the American public needed time to get used to the idea of an interracial romance. So whoa, ABC.
Yeah.
You get fucking sour points.
Was 1989.
Conspiracy Corner. Guillemy maintained that ABC deliberately sabotaged the series by airing episodes out of order and confusing the audience. So it was then canceled. After 13 episodes, they didn't get the back end. Girl.
That's a shame.
I don't know. I'd like to track this down, but I feel like we're not going to find it.
Probably not.
I don't know. Maybe Crackle has it. You know, Crackle always has weird stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
You ready for ABC 10 o'clock?
Yeah, what's on at 10 o'clock?
All right. We've talked about this millions of times. We know your mom loved it. China Beach.
Yes, China Beach. Okay.
About nurses.
Which I've never actually seen, and I don't think I've ever, seen pop up as something to watch.
What was it about, nurses in, Vietnam and taking care of people? And
yeah.
It was, soapy, though.
Something like that, like a soapy kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll finally track it down. We'll see what China Beach was all about. Who knows? Maybe we'll love it. Maybe it'll be like, wow, I can't believe we slept on China Beach and just, goofed on it all these years on this podcast of ours.
Yeah.
You want to head over to CBS? Want to go to the Tiffany network?
What's on the Tiffany network?
This is wild. This is fucking wild. So I'm going to give you... All right, so this is a Walt Disney production. And I was reading, 1989 reviews of this show. This was only on for, 8 weeks or something. And people, hated this show. Critics hated this show. They said Walt Disney must be spinning in his grave. Are you familiar with a show called Hard Time on Planet Earth?
What?
Hard Time on Planet Earth?
No.
Oh my God. Are you ready? Are you ready for the summary?
I don't think I am.
I don't know. You sitting down? You sitting down, girl?
Yeah, I'm sitting down.
All right, so get ready. The main character was an alien elite military officer who served in a huge interplanetary war. After the war ended, he was prosecuted for rebellion against the planet's ruling council. He was found guilty, but in recognition of his valuable services in the war, he was given the chance to reform himself by spending an undetermined amount of time in a vastly underpowered human form on planet Earth. So he was sentenced to planet Earth as punishment, but I guess as hey, we won't kill you, we'll just send you to Earth, you have to be a person. And people hated this show. People fucking hated it.
I can only imagine. This sounds awful.
No one recognizable is in it. I didn't recognize any names. No one cool is in it. It wasn't an early project for I don't know, Courtney Cox or something. No, nobody cool was in it.
Yikes.
Yeah, nobody. All right. You ready for CBS 9 o'clock?
Yeah, what's on at 9? Wait, this thing was an hour long?
Yeah, it was a sci-fi series, it was a drama, a sci-fi drama.
Ugh.
It was it was supposed to be I don't know, the next big thing maybe, I don't know.
I feel we're still in that dark Disney period. Right before The Little Mermaid came and saved us.
Yeah, The Little Mermaid was probably gearing up for a summer release maybe.
No, Little Mermaid didn't come out in the summer.
Well, it came out in 1989, right?
No, it came out in December 1989.
Okay, so it was a few months away. It was a couple months away.
Yeah.
They weren't sure how it was gonna fare. I don't know. They were you know what? Let's just throw a bunch of fucking darts at the wall and see what fucking hits the bullseye. And I guess A Hard Time on Planet Earth wasn't it.
Nope.
Missed the goddamn mark. Ugh. God bless Ariel and friends. We got the Dingle Hopper.
Yes.
We got the we got Ursula in her body language. Saved the day.
Yes.
Gave us some other great Diz classics Aladdin, The Lion King.
Ugh, Lion King.
You weren't a fan? You didn't like The Lion King?
No.
What?
I didn't like The Lion King.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Heather, we need to start a group chat as soon as you hear this, Heather. Start a group chat, and we're gonna just I don't know, just fucking Lion King. We're gonna brainwash her into liking the Lion King because definitely the best of the modern Disney films, methinks.
It just isn't my cup of tea.
I don't know. I loved it. It was just a very heartwarming tale, fun. We got to go to the jungle. We got to we had death. We had a marriage. We had Timon and Pumbaa. We had a Rafiki. Mm-hmm. We had some fun songs. I actually bought the soundtrack. I never bought fucking Disney soundtracks, but I fucking bought this one, girl.
Really? I had the Aladdin soundtrack.
I mean, the Peebo and Bryson song was kind of cool, but I don't know.
Oh.
You want to play a game? Want to play the soundtrack game?
No. But I know we're going to anyway, so I'm just gonna sit here and accept it.
Well, we're not gonna fuck, marry, or kill a soundtrack. We're gonna rate them on a scale of, I don't know, Jungle Books? 1 out of 5 Jungle Books. How do you rate the Little Mermaid soundtrack.
We're going with Jungle Book as our rating?
Yeah, like actual Jungle Books. 1 out of 5 Jungle Books.
Okay, 4.
4. Yeah, all right. I agree with that. We got what's your favorite banger on the Little Mermaid?
I really love Part of Your World.
Yeah, Part of Your World. Oh yeah. All right. Top Disney movie of all time is Ariel fucking coming out of the water, splashing against the rocks, and she does that little like thrust up.
You know how many times I would pretend to do that at the community pool? Like you push yourself up on the ledge, and you're like, oh.
I feel like if you were born. Well, whatever. If you were like alive from 1989 going on, you fucking did that in the pool. You did that. I have fucking done it in the pool. I've like seen so many people do it in the pool.
Yeah.
Like we gotta start like the Ariel challenge. Like we want like send us pictures like a 7-second GIF of you doing the Ariel Part of Your World. Tweet it to us at Very Podcast. We'll tweet an example of it if you're not sure what we're talking about. So
yeah.
I don't know. Fun times. Get ready for me in a shell bikini. Get ready, girls. Get ready. It's coming.
Oh, God. I'm not ready.
All right.
I'm not ready.
All right. I'm going to guess you're going to give 5 Jungle Books to the Aladdin soundtrack, right?
Actually, I'd probably still give it 4.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
What about the Lion King soundtrack?
2.
What? Oh, my God.
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh, canceled. Cat Hulson's been canceled. Oh.
Pretty sure I got canceled a while ago.
We uncanceled you, then we recanceled you. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. What would you give a 5 then? Like what would get 5 Jungle Books?
I don't know.
Fucking cause Lion King for sure, girl. Oh my God. We got Hakuna Matata. We got
You got what? I'm sorry. Do you even know the name of the song?
Hakuna Matata?
Because that's not what you just said.
I know. It's been a fucking while, girl. It's been a goddamn while. It means no worries. That's all I know. For the rest of your day.
You know what I'd give 5?
Who?
You know who I'd give 5 to? Tangled.
I don't know her .gif. You know what? That was like post Patrick. I wasn't really into it. My 3 favorite Disney songs is the one from Lady the Tramp, the Siamese, like, we are Siamese,
yeah.
peace. That one, that's favorite song, for sure. And I like, it's the bare necessities, the duper deputies. I don't know the words. And then I also like, I just can't wait to be king. Yeah, girl, just can't wait.
Okay.
Top 3 Disney songs, right there, girl, right there. What about yours? What are yours?
Top 3?
Yeah.
A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes from Cinderella.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Cinderella. Oh, yeah. Bippity boppity boo.
Let's see what else. For Your World, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
I'll take it. I'll accept it.
Let It Go. I love it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Kristen Bell. Shout out to friend of the show.
Drag me if you... That's Idina Menzel.
Nah, you're ready for CBS 9 o'clock? Did we even get there? I don't even remember. Where are we, girl?
No, we didn't, because you, went on this crazy, insane tangent. Later,
sorry.
you're going to, text me and be like, bitch, what the hell?
All right, I'm sorry, Katie Pats, that I went on this wild tangent, but we had to. I was just fucking shook that fucking Cat Halstead, the author, the Lion King hater, just fucking dropped this bomb on me.
Why are you surprised? You know how I feel about that fucking whale movie.
I know, but we've never brought up the Lion King, so I don't know. So I was just I think this is the first time we've ever talked about the Lion King, as friends, ever.
Probably.
I know, so I was just whoa. I needed to pause this podcast, go on a walk, go to a long walk, reevaluate my life, reevaluate my friendship with you. Oh my God. I'm January Jones? I'm gonna fucking send her a DM or to slip into her DMs and be like, you need to fly to South Carolina right now. We need to make a contract, get you on the show, and bring you a Nintendo chair.
Wow, I feel the love.
Where's the love? To quote Justin Timberlake. You ready for CBS 9 o'clock? You ready? We should just get to it.
Yes, what's on?
All right, we've talked about it before. Definitely talked about it before. Jake and the Fat Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Starring Joe Penny and William Conrad. This is a little detective series, a crime procedural. They solve crimes. Never actually seen it, I don't think, right? Didn't we discuss it?
I think it's one of those shows like our moms watched and we never watched.
Yeah, it was like, it definitely like was the rage. Like you always like, I remember seeing commercials for it and I just thought it was funny because it was called Jake and the Fat Man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
Let's be real. You could not call a show that today.
no, but I don't know. William Conrad, like, I mean, he was a large man. I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, there would be like, what are they, petitions on Twitter, hashtags, yada, yada, yada. You can't call a show that. How dare you?
Like, good for him. He embraced it. He definitely embraced his pleasantly plumpness. So good for him. Proud of him. Proud of you, William Conrad. R.I.P. William Conrad. R.I.P. girl. Ouija board us. All right. You ready for CBS 10 o'clock?
Yeah, what's on at 10?
All right. We definitely talked about this. This is Wise Guy. Yeah, Wise Guy.
Oh, is this the show where the guy is cop in the mob?
He's like a Brooklyn cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes undercover with the mob.
Okay.
They had to like change the actor after like 2 years because it was like not believable anymore that like the same fucking cop could be like deeply undercover but also like cracking the cases every week.
Yeah.
So they had to be like, all right, maybe we should like change the actor, change the lead. I've never actually seen it, but I don't know, it sounds kind of fun. I'd definitely like to check it out if I ever came across it. Maybe Amazon Prime will throw it on there. We'll have like a fun like Wise Guy weekend.
Maybe.
NBC.
Okay, what's on NBC?
All right, we've done this show. We've done it before. There's rumors that it's coming back. And we've tried to recast the show with a new host, Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yes.
So who did we say we wanted to get? Terry O'Quinn.
Terry O'Quinn.
Yeah, we think Terry O'Quinn would be a perfect fit for this show. He's got the good, like the nice deep voice, but also a little scary, but that camera presence too.
And you can see him in a trench coat walking in the mist.
Yeah.
And it would just. Like, he could bring that same essence that Unsolved Mystery needs because you didn't do real well with the other host. It just didn't feel the same.
Yeah, like, I could definitely see Terry O'Quinn, like, standing in that dark room with, like, the smog behind him. Wasn't there, like a little smoke, like a spotlight and, like, smoke?
Yeah, there was always, like, this fog rolling in around Robert Stack as he walked down this, like, little street. It always looked like it had just rained and everything was just
moist,
creepy and perfect, and
it was very film noirish. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been watching them on Amazon. I've been watching the first season. It's still like the effects, like the little graphics and stuff are a little dated, but you know what? Mm-hmm. I still love it. The dramatized reenactments, top notch. We definitely have to revisit this show because there's some fucking good mysteries out there, girl.
Yeah.
There's some fucking good mysteries. Maybe we'll have like an Unsolved Mysteries month, Unsolved Mysteries March. Who knows?
Patrick out here constantly like creating events that we're not doing.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna wake up one day. And you're gonna be like, you know what? It's time. We're doing Unsolved Mystery March. You're gonna love this next hour of television. You're gonna fucking love it, girl.
Okay, what's up? What's up?
Get the air horn out, because we're going to Night Court! Yeah! Yeah, we're gonna
I love me some Night Court.
We're gonna spend some time with Bull and fucking Harry Anderson's character and fucking Marsha Warfield, all our gal pals. It's fucking wild times. Court at night. Could you believe that? Night court? Mm-hmm. Whoa, traffic crimes, prostitution, wild times in New York City, the city that never sleeps.
I love Night Court so much.
Call back to the episode we did a couple of months ago.
It's been a while since we did it, babes.
Has it been? You know what? I was thinking about that earlier.
It's been over a year, because I was in my old house.
You might be right. I don't know.
It's been a while.
I was thinking about this earlier when I was making the list, because I was like, in my mind, I never remember when we do the episodes, and they always just seem like they're weeks ago, but it could be 2 years. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll have to go back to Night Court, but maybe we have to revisit it.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll talk about it later.
All right, 9:30. This is a show we've talked about millions of times. Millions of times. You had a summer where you were rewatching it. I have yet to see it. We need to find this. We need to do this. My Two Dads.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to get on this. Robert a vegan, Paul Reiser.
It's Greg Evigan.
Emma Samms for one episode. Stacey Keenan. What did I call him?
Robert Vegan.
I don't fucking know. It's been a while since I've seen it, so who knows? Who knows, girl? I don't know, maybe we'll hit up Daily Motion today and see if we can find it and find ourselves a nice hot episode. We'll have to do the Emma Samms episode, though, I think.
That was wild when you tweeted her and then she tweeted us.
Our gal pal.
That was awesome.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Now, oh my god, I remember why I rewatched that. I was doing that like Michael Jacobs, watching everything I could of his and finding all these great similarities.
Well, when we find it, we're going to do fucking Michael Jacobs May.
We should do like a whole month of Michael Jacobs shows because there's so many great ones.
4 shows, so we'd have to do Boy Meets World, My Two Dads.
Yes, Charles in Charge. And then we could do, there's a bunch of other like little ones he did too. So don't worry, I'm not going to say Girl Meets World. You're good. You're okay. I'm not putting you through that again.
I mean, you know what? When I watched it, I was like, I went in like, oh my god, I'm gonna want to hang myself after watching this. But I was like, you know what? Like, I didn't mind it. It was okay. I mean, it's not my first choice, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, but he's done a lot of shows. I'd like to find something a little different.
It's Michael Jacobs for you. He gets under your skin. He definitely he has the feels, as they say. This thing's got all the feels.
Yes, you get the feels.
So shout out to Michael Jacobs.
And there's similarities in the lessons that the shows do. So
yeah, I've been doing a Boy Meets World rewatch, and it's very deep. It's like a very deep show. Like, believe it or not, like for like a TGIF like thing, like most TGIF shows were like corny. Like we had like fucking shows with like aliens and like teen angels and fucking genies and stuff. But Boy Meets World was like fucking deep.
God, that period of TGIF, yikes, man.
Right, girl? But Boy Meets World, though, that show fucking stuck with the premise all the way through. All the way through, girl. And shout out to Danielle Fishel, pregnant, expecting a baby.
Finally.
Yeah, congrats, girl. Call us. Tell us about being pregnant, yeah? Tell us about what it's going to be like being a mom, a hot mom. Can't wait. Can't wait to hear about it. I'll DM us. DM us. All right. You ready? You ready for NBC 10 o'clock? You ready to end the night?
Okay.
All right. We've talked about this before. It's a short-lived show produced by our boy toy, Aaron Spelling. This is an Aaron Spelling joint. Mm-hmm. Nightingales.
Okay.
This was a short-lived show. It was on for like 1 season. It was about like a night shift at a hospital that focused on like a nursing crew. This show got a lot of attention because the Nurses Association or something hated this show because they said like the nurses were like promoted as being like promiscuous and sexy and like over sexualized, and that's not what nurses are like. And
oh wow,
I don't know. Sounds like a fun show to me. Starred Christy Swanson. Yeah, Christy Swanson, gal pal.
Original Buffy.
Susan Walters. I remember we talked about this last time. We were trying to figure out who Susan Walters was.
Yeah.
And we got it wrong, right? We got it wrong.
I think we totally got it wrong.
Because I was like, she's a mom.
We're awful people.
I was like, she's a mom on One Tree Hill. But no, she was the principal on One Tree Hill. And she was also on 5 or 6 episodes of Melrose Place as like a war buddy of Kyle and Ryan. But like,
oh hey, she was on Young and the Restless from 2001 to 2004.
Yeah, and she was on the Ellen Show, like not the good Ellen Show, but like the other Ellen Show.
Oh yeah, I've watched an episode of that. That was weird.
Yeah, it was on for like a few hot weeks in the early O's.
Wait, is this the one who? She's the one who looks sort of like Priscilla Presley.
Yeah.
That's how I always think of her.
Yeah, like she's alright. So like, yeah, she's like you see her and you're like, who is that bitch? But you don't know her name. Like you're like, I don't know if I can name her.
Yeah.
She was on Nightingales for like 10 weeks in 1989.
I mean, it is like the second thing that comes up for her on Google.
It does, I know.
The first is the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, she was like a mayor of Vampire Diary Town.
Yeah.
Vampire Diary Land.
Like her top 3 shows on the Googles, because I'm old apparently, wow, is the Vampire Diaries, Nightingales, and Dear John.
It's so fucking wild because like Nightingales is like a forgotten show. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to find it. We have to find this. I want to see what this is all about. I want to see like how crazy this is. What made like hot nurses mad in 1989.
Yeah.
Why they felt that Christy Swanson nearly damaged their profession, their hot profession. I need to know, girl. I need to know. Tell me.
I need to know too.
You ready to go to you ready to hang out with the Seaver clan?
Yeah.
I know. I was so excited to do this because last time
I'm always ready to hang out with the Seavers.
I feel like we didn't do Growing Pains proper last time because we did like a dream sequence and it was kind of like a wacky episode. So like now we're going back to Earth.
Yeah.
We're getting grounded. We actually like get to spend time with the Seavers and the actual Seavers, not some like weird like parody of them.
Yes, that's true.
And I have to say, I just want to throw this out there. Fucking Maggie Seaver might be like I watched a few episodes too leading up to it because I wanted to get like the build up of Sandy, a man named Sandy, and fucking Maggie Seaver. I think she might be my favorite TV mom. Like, I was like, you know what? I think she's just been promoted.
Like,
it's like the best TV.
She's hot and she had a career, but she was still a mom.
She's a fox. I didn't like. She's hot. Like, oh my god.
I don't think she was ever an anchor. She was like, and she was just a reporter. Like, she did like on location stuff, some investigative stuff. But she like the series starts with her going back to work.
Yeah.
And Jason, like, moving his office into the house.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just like, whoa. It's like, she's the best. She's great. Like, I'm like, why is Joanna Kearns, like, not in more stuff? Like, she needs to be, like, in more stuff. We need, like, a new show with her. She needs a vehicle, like, when she's, like, the headliner.
Yeah, she did a whole, she, like, went into that whole, like, TV Lifetime movie thing for a long time, though. After Growing Pains.
And you know what? She shines in this episode, too. This episode we're doing tonight, Second Chances, she's fucking great in it. I loved her. She was fucking the best.
Oh, I know. Like, you guys will see every so often, I'm the one tweeting, I miss Alan Thicke, because, like...
Oh, my God. Like, heartbroken. Alan Thicke.
I was just, like, I just had my TV on, and I had Hallmark Channel on, I wasn't even paying attention to it. All of a sudden, I heard this voice, and I turned around, and there was Alan Thicke in this older movie, and I'm like, oh...
He has great TV presence. He doesn't overact the roles. He can be like stern, but also like loving and caring and understanding.
Yeah.
So I don't know. These parents are the fucking best. Like I don't know. Like I always like thought the Keatons were great, but I don't know. The Seaver parents now. As an adult looking back at the Seavers, I'm like, you know what? I wish Alf crashed into this fucking house. That would have been a fucking better show.
For real? Could you? Oh my God, Jason Seaver dealing with Alf.
You know what? He'd be understanding. He'd be like, you know what, Alf?
Amazing.
You're right. Like you can be wild and obnoxious sometimes, but hey, so is my son Ben and Mike. So yeah, I get it until you get it. You know what? I bet Alf and Boner, like the Alf and Boner team, would be fucking fun as hell.
Really? Yeah.
You know, like season three of Alf and the Seaver clan, we would get like an Alf and Boner like spinoff. It'd be fucking great. like Alf gets rescued and takes Boner to Melmac, or what's like left of Melmac, like a little like asteroid belt or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Fan fiction alert! Fan fiction alert! We get it right. Oh, hold on! I got a hot scoop for you.
Oh God.
Our friend of the show, Stephen DeFury. He started writing Stephanie's Wilder Ride, so it's coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, get ready. Call back to I don't know, like a very early episode of ours. Very early episode. Listen to our Full House episode from like 2015 or something. We talk about it.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
You ready to get into this world? You ready to hang out with the Seavers?
Yes, let's hang out with the Seavers.
All right, take us away, Cut Halstead, the Seavor lover.
Okay, so it's just like a day in the Seaver's life. They're hanging out in the kitchen. Ben's got this video camera and he's just like filming everything. Mike and Ben are giving Carol crap because she's been dating Sandy for a while and they keep calling him her boyfriend. She's like, he's not my boyfriend, because they haven't had that like chat yet, you know?
Yeah.
Because we've all been there.
Yeah, they're like hanging out. They like stay out late and I don't know, maybe they go up to the Lover's Lane and smooch.
They make out on the Seaver porch.
Yeah, they never called it official, so she's just kind of like confusing. So, you know, he's just the man friend, not the boyfriend, the man friend.
He's this guy she's dating. There's no like official.
Yeah.
And
but she likes him. She like really likes him though.
So
she's into him.
Yeah, she really likes him. They really like each other. They've been dating for a while. It's not like brand new. But, you know, Ben and Mike are being brothers. They're giving her a lot of crap about it because that's what brothers do. You know, she's like, he's not my boyfriend. And just what brothers do while she's waiting for Sandy to pick her up for their date.
Yeah, they're gonna have like a little, like, it's like a Friday night or something. They're gonna go out in the town.
Yeah.
He's older, right? Like she's like maybe a junior or senior in high school.
Yeah, she's like I'm gonna say junior in high school.
She's probably like 16. He's like freshman in college, maybe. He's like first year in college.
Yeah, he's in college.
He goes to the local college.
He's older.
Can we just say, young Matthew Perry, screen presence? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
God, I love Matthew Perry.
By the time this episode drops, we'll have already released my spin-off podcast, Why Not Two Bros. We did the episode with Matthew Perry on 90210.
Oh, yeah?
Screen presence for sure. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Like, oh, God, I love Matthew Perry. He's just so good.
And like, you know what?
Like, honestly, if Matthew Perry was not as good as he was, I would not have watched all 3 seasons of The Odd Couple.
But I don't know. There's something about young Matthew Perry that like definitely like captures your attention. You're like, whoa.
Like, if you get a chance, you gotta go and find the whatever episodes you can of that syndicated sitcom he did, which was actually originally called Second Chance, where he plays the teenage version of a character who also has like his older self there, like to try and lead him on the right path. We've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah. Also, Zac Efron's gonna grow up to be Matthew Perry. Let's be real.
Oh yeah. Whew.
Shout out to 17 again. All right, all right. You want to play a fun game? You want to play the Matthew Perry game?
Oh, I'm terrified. I'm always terrified with your game.
Fuck, marry, kill, Matthew Perry edition. Sandy from Growing Pains. Who did he play on Friends? What was his character? I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
Chandler.
I was gonna say that Chandler Bing, or I don't know, like modern day modern day Matthew Perry, like the Odd Couple Matthew Perry.
Oscar.
Yeah, sure. He's either Oscar or Felix. I was afraid to say it.
He's not Felix.
All right.
He was the messy one.
Sandy, Chandler, or Oscar? Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh my gosh.
I can answer these for you. Like right, like it's in that order. Fuck, marry, kill. Fuck Sandy. Fuck him all night long. Fucking ride that cock. Ride that fucking long cock that he has. Marry Chandler and then kill fucking Oscar.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That just seems so cruel.
Why?
I don't know. It just does. Anyways, moving on.
You know that's the right answer, right? You know that's what you said, right?
Yeah, sure. Anyway, can we get back on topic?
You didn't. Hold on, Carol said the author. You didn't answer the fucking question. You're gonna get our fandom mad at you because you don't like answering these questions.
These are weird questions, Patrick. I have no reason to answer these. Anyways,
hold on. No. You cannot not do a fuck, marry, kill. Like, you're gonna anger the fandom. They're gonna get pissed that you don't answer.
They already think I'm a bitch.
Yeah, you have to go with it. You have to.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, you marry Chandler. No, you fuck Oscar.
What?
And then you kill Sandy.
I mean, well, he's gonna die anyway, so
yeah, I mean,
you might as well just kill him. I don't know. There was something about fucking young Matthew Perry. Like, I don't know. I would have asked him to the prom. Oh my goodness. Go to the prom with me, Sandy. Fuck Carol. Fuck her. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But I don't know. Carol, you know what? Carol was hot in this episode. Her bare shoulders, her little like her date outfit. Oh my God. Like, this is like, I'm guessing this is like the start of like Tracy Gould's maybe like weight issues, because she still looks healthy here. She still looks good.
Yeah, this is I want to say probably around the time where she has lost some weight, but it probably hasn't gotten bad.
It's later in the show's run where it gets like really bad, because she's like not in like a number of episodes, right? It's like last season, maybe.
Yeah, it's like the last season she's not in because it's an insurance problem.
Yeah, they bring her back for like the last episode, right? Like she's like out of the show. It's like,
yeah, they bring her back for the last because she was supposed to be in like rehab.
What?
Yeah, she was in rehab for eating disorder. Like, she was in treatment.
The actual actress, I thought you meant like not the character though. Okay, yes. I was like, where did fucking Carol?
No, not the character.
I was like, where the fuck did Carol go to rehab? What show are you watching? Oh my goodness.
No, Tracy Gould, you dork.
I know, I'm sorry. But you were like, she was supposed to be in rehab, so I was like, oh, like Carol went to rehab for what?
Oh my God.
She got addicted to caffeine pills with Jesse Spano.
Pretty much.
She got excited, so scared. All right, where are we?
Okay, so Sandy shows up to take her on the date. You know, Ben and Mike are still being Ben and Mike. Sandy, like, smooth talks Jason and Maggie.
Oh, yes. You know what? Maggie fucking loves Sandy. I just want to throw this out there. She's like,
Yeah.
she's fucking smitten by him. She's like, he's got the charm. Like, he lays it on her. Like, Jason kind of is like, he won't admit it. Jason won't admit it, but he definitely like, but he's like, he's trying to play like the hard to get dad. Like, oh, I don't know about my daughter or mine dating a college guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What, Maggie, why are you like grabbing his arm? What is up with you?
Yeah.
All right, I got really upset. So there's a joke. Jason's kind of like acting like, oh, like what are you guys doing tonight? And Carol's kind of like beating around the bush about what they're doing. And Maggie's like, well, why don't you have some dessert before you go? And Carol's like, I don't know. There's gonna be plenty of desserts where we're going. The Jason's like, all right, make sure you're home by midnight. And then Mike goes, well, you know what happens after midnight? She turns into a porker. And I was like, oh my God, Mike. Oh my, like no wonder why Tracy Gold like went down this dark path. And I think, have we talked about that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we actually talked about it before, but there were definitely instances because of the fat jokes, that made Tracy feel insecure and led to the esteem issues.
Yeah, because I think like the writers wanted to create this like aura of like, because you know like the older brother like ribbon like the younger sister, like that's like the kind of thing that happens like in the family dynamic. Let's be real, like you know, it happens. And the jokes that the writers knew were like fat jokes, so they always like fat shamed Tracy Gold, who was not fat. She was like healthy weight.
No, she was nowhere like near fat. No,
she was like normal weight for her height, and it just like it got to her mentally, and it just fucking downward spiraled. She's like thin and fine as fuck in this episode. Like this joke definitely would not be like done on television today.
No, I don't think you get jokes like that at all today.
No, 1989 was like the wild west of, I don't know, jokes on family-oriented sitcoms, I guess.
Yeah, like this, like I was just thinking earlier, there are things like you could do in 1989 you can't do today.
Yeah.
On TV.
Wild stuff.
Fat jokes are one of them. Well, it's like I said earlier, like Jake and the Fat Man wouldn't happen today.
Yeah.
Jake and Don, or whatever the guy's name turned out to be. I don't know why I think it's Don, but...
Jake and the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, like, Twitter would flip the freak out.
I mean, you know what? Name him Jake and just call it the two Jakes.
Jake and Jake.
Jake squared.
Okay, so,
all right.
They leave for the party, or wherever it is they're going. They leave for this, like, event, and then we cut to them afterwards on the porch, making out like crazy.
Yeah, we get like a time jump. It's like later in the night.
Yeah.
So they come home. It's like just at midnight when they get home, and they're just like hanging outside, making out on the porch.
They're just like all over each other on the porch.
Sandy has like a weird line, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "I take you to a college party. You get like over sexualized." And I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Whoa, Sandy, whoa!"
Yeah, they're like getting really hot and heavy, and they like take a break, and then they start making out again, and then like Sandy's all like, "So, I have this Dean's List luncheon tomorrow because I made the Dean's List, and you know, I was kind of hoping maybe I could take my girlfriend to it."
Yeah, she's like, "What?"
And Carol's like, "Oh, yeah, really?" And then, like, they finally, like, admit their boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, they make it.
And, of course, then Carol catches Ben videotaping the whole freaking thing.
Yeah, so Ben's, like, he has the camcorder. He's, like, hiding in the bushes or something, and he's, like recording it. And he's like, I guess, like, she says, like, she says something like, well, I guess now that you're my boyfriend, like, I gotta, like, hang out with you all the time. Mm-hmm. And Ben, like, pops out, and he's like, oh, can you repeat that line? He's like, I didn't get a good angle. And she's like, Ben! Ben! And then, I don't know, like, she runs in the house, and it's, like, 12:47.
Yeah.
Now, a.m. Maggie's still up. Carol's, like, trying to pretend that, like, it just turned midnight. But Maggie was like, she was like by the window like all night long, like spying on them or something. I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but
like Maggie knows what's up, but she sent Jason to bed at like 11:58.
Yeah, because like Carol's like, oh my God, Mom, I'm so sorry that I came home late. She's like, well, technically you were home at 11:52, but you didn't come into the house till like now, which is 12:47. So I'll let it slide. And they have this they have this really cool like mom and daughter talk. So she's like, because Carol's like, yeah, like, Mom, I really like Sandy. Like, I've never felt this way about a guy before. Mm-hmm. And like we definitely get like a lot of these like weird, like even like earlier in their episode, like Maggie's like, you know what, I really like Sandy. Like he's been coming around a lot. Like he's actually like showing up. He's showing like an interest in Carol and the family, and he seems to like everybody. Mm-hmm. So like you're like, oh wow, like he's been in like at this point I think like 4 or 5 episodes, right?
No, 3 episodes.
That's it?
3 episodes is all we get of Sandy. Yeah.
You know what? Like in my mind, I feel like he's been in like a lot more episodes, but it's like
like in my head, I thought he was in like this was like a big arc. No, it's 3 freaking episodes.
They might maybe they reference him a lot though. Like maybe she's like, I'm going out with Sandy. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't go back and watch like previous episodes.
I watched the first episode where he shows up, and then I watched another one. You know what? I might have actually seen them all. I think I watched them all without realizing that I watched them all.
You probably watched all 3.
So you're like, you know what? And so the audience is like, oh wow, like we like Sandy. Yeah, he's great. He's a cute. He's perfect for Carol. They're a match. They're a match made in heaven. We get this like fun mom-daughter moment. It's like great. They're sitting on the steps. They're like gabbing, like mom and daughter. Like This is like Cindy and Brenda Walsh. Like I like Dylan moment. And Carol like confesses like, yeah, like we're a couple now. Like we're dating.
Yeah.
He called me a girl. Like I'm his girlfriend. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. There was supposed to be like a rehearsal luncheon or something.
Oh, there's like it's just a brunch to like for the family to hang out with Grandma and Wally, Jason's future stepdad.
Yeah, so they're gonna have like a little luncheon the next day. I don't know. Carol's like, you know what? Like maybe I'll ask my parents if like I can like skip it and hang out with you instead.
And go to the dean's luncheon.
Yeah. So Carol proposes to Maggie, and Maggie's like, you know what? Sure. Like, you know, it's fine. Like, you don't have to go to this lunch. And like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's just a fucking lunch. You know what?
It's not the wedding.
You're going to the wedding, girl, but you know what? This luncheon's fine.
You know, it's just.
Yeah. So she's like, all right, thank you, Mom. They like hug it out and they go to bed. And we get a little time jump, and it's the next morning, or actually the next afternoon, and the rest of the clan are coming home from the lunch. They're like walking in the door. They're talking about like all these wacky, funny things that happen at the luncheon.
Like apparently Ben made a rude noise, and even Mike was disgusted.
Did he like make a fart noise? Like what?
Yeah, he must have made like a fart noise or something, or burp, or like a really loud burp. And they were at like a really nice restaurant for brunch. So
yeah, and then so they come home. They're walking in like the front door or something, and Carol comes like running into the room. She's like, oh my God, it's been 2.5 hours and fucking Sandy hasn't called. I can't believe he stood me up. And they're like, what? What happened?
Yeah.
Like, for real? And they're like, yeah, like that jerk. Like he probably went to the dean's lunch without me. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. The hell. So she's upset. But then the phone rings. Yeah, the phone rings.
The phone rings and Ben and Mike are little brats and they take the cords out of like the actual receiver and the phone so that like when she picks it up, there's nothing to indicate she can't like actually answer the phone.
Oh yeah, because like I think Jason was like on the phone, like he had to make a call. He had to like call out of the hospital.
No, Jason was like, oh, I'll call the phone company and see if the phone's working. And Carol's like, don't get on the phone. Don't get on the phone. What if he calls and
he's like, we got call waiting.
He's like, but if the phone is broken, call waiting's not gonna work.
Yeah. So then the phone rings. And yeah, so like all the phone cords are hitting, so she can't find like any of the phones. Like they're just nowhere to be found. But she still hears a ring, and she's running to like everywhere there's supposed to be a phone, but there's no phone there. And then she finally gets to the phone, and it's Sandy's friend.
It's his roommate. I don't remember the guy's name. I'm gonna be honest.
It's Doug. I'm sorry, it's Doug.
Doug.
Yeah, it's Doug. She's like, hi, Doug. What? Sandy's hurt? And then like everyone's like face, because like Mike's still like trying to like play jokes and stuff, and his like everyone's face goes along, and they all like pair in, and then Carol hangs up the phone, and she's like, oh my God, Sandy was in a bad accident last night and he's in the hospital.
Okay, I have a problem with this part.
Yes, I do too. We're going to get it.
Okay, so Sandy gets in an accident probably, let's say, about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
It is now probably, let's say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Doug is just now calling Carol?
Yes, that was kind of shitty. All right, hold on. Hospital secrets, all right. So he probably got in the accident. It's probably called a trauma.
Okay.
And there's a lot of stuff that happens when you first get in the hospital. So, you know what? They probably put the collar on him. They probably did like CAT scans. They did x-rays. They looked him over. They did labs. You're probably tied up for like a few hours. Let's be real. You're tied up for a few hours. And he probably didn't have access to a phone for a while. I'm just going to throw this out there. He was of age. He was an adult. He was at least 18 because he was in college.
Yeah.
So, like, like if you were a child, they would rush to call your parents. But like if you're 18, like they'd probably ask him like, is there anyone you want to call? And he probably said like, yeah, like call my parents or something. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of weird that his parents weren't there though. Like at the hospital, that was kind of weird.
Well, his parents were out of town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like in California or something.
All right, so they were probably like trying to call his parents and leave voicemails and stuff. They're not going to call a friend. Like, they're going to like.
Well, no, my thought was like if he's in the accident and his driver's license has his address, they go there. And that's where the roommate finds out.
The hospital is going to make an effort to call family before they would call a roommate or something.
Well, no. You're not listening to me. Like the police would go to his residence because they don't know if it's family or a roommate.
The police might not get involved till after the fact, though.
Maybe.
He was at the hospital. They probably would just go and talk to him. They wouldn't. Like, they knew he was in the hospital because, an ambulance came and brought him to the hospital, so they would go meet him at the hospital. Usually the police show up at the hospital and they'll talk to the patient about, like, what happened. And they're not going to go to the house or anything.
Yeah.
They'd probably ask Sandy, like, can we call your, like, family? They're probably not going to, like, reach out to a friend first, So it probably was like a while before they gave him access to a phone. So I don't know. That's believable to me.
Well, yeah.
So I could see like them not calling Doug till like the next morning, and then Doug coming down the hospital.
Well, because the way Doug is acting, it sounds like he's been there since the middle of the night.
That is true.
So, okay, even say around like 3, 4 in the morning, Doug finds out. Doug gets there.
They probably might not let him into the room for a while if they're doing all these tests and stuff. They usually like will clear the patient before they're like, and even like, unless they're like a child, they really won't let anyone come into the room.
Well, I'm not saying that Doug went into the room and talked to Sandy. What I'm saying is Doug didn't tell Carol until hours later.
Yeah, but he might not have known Carol's number, though.
Maybe.
It was probably like a couple hours, and then he finally got to see Sandy, and then Sandy's like, oh, can you call Carol? Here's her number. And then like now he has the number and he calls her. So I don't know, it's believable.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw this out there, especially if like someone who's been drinking. We let this part out. Sorry. So they went to a bar.
Hold on. We didn't, because we don't know that yet. That's why we left it out. We in this episode have no indication that that's what.
No. When they were like making out at the when they were making out on the patio, they were talking about, oh my God, I can't believe we got into the bar.
Oh, I totally missed that line.
Carol was like, do you think it's because I look old? Like I look like I'm like 21? And Sandy's like, I bet you it was the bare shoulders because she was wearing that bare shoulder skirt, like dress thing. Yeah, so they do reference that they were out drinking.
Oh, okay.
They didn't seem intoxicated to me, though.
That's like one of my problems with this whole episode is there's no, and maybe because Carol was a little looser while they were making out, but even then.
She didn't seem like you know what? She probably had like 2 drinks at the bar and got like a little buzzed.
Yeah.
But I think by the time, all right, even if Sandy and Carol drank at the bar, by the time they got back to the Seaver house, they both seemed like they were fine. Like Sandy wasn't slurring his words. He wasn't like tipsy or anything.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. But it mentioned very casually in passing that they were at a bar. Like it was like 3 lines.
Yeah.
And then they were making out again. As you missed it. You missed the line.
Yeah, I missed.
Because they talked about going to the party, and then Carol was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you got into that restaurant." And Cindy's like, "You mean the bar? Like you mean shindigs?" Is what he said. Because it was called shindigs.
Oh gosh.
Because like the first time you go to a bar, like it's like fun, right? Like it's like wild. You're like, oh my God, I'm at a bar.
Yeah, it's like this whole. Like, ooh.
But you're just at shindigs.
How did I get in here?
So all right. So I guess it's like believable that it'd be like a while before they would let Doug into the room to see his friend. Because you know what? If he was in a drunk driving accident, they'd want to clear him to make sure that he was okay first. Then the police would probably want to come in and talk to him. And then, a couple hours later, I mean, probably not as long as it, like 1 o'clock the next day, probably like before that, but I would say at least like 2 or 3 hours, then they'd probably let a friend come in.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a shitty friend. Who knows? Maybe he didn't show up right away.
Maybe.
But he calls Carol Carol, Jason, and Maggie, they go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I love this part kind of annoyed me. So, like, is this the hospital that Jason works at?
Okay, so he doesn't work at a hospital, but I think he probably has privileges at a hospital.
Like, he's connections, like he knows people?
Yeah, and he has connections, yeah. Like, there's probably somebody on staff who he went to med school with or something at the very least.
Because he makes a line,
you know?
like, as soon as they get there, he's like, well, I'm a doctor, so let me go find out what's going on. And I was like, whoa, HIPAA. Oh, it's like HIPAA.
Yeah.
I don't think HIPAA was a thing in 1989, though. I think it was like 92 or 3 is when it started, so I guess I could see that happen in 1989. Yeah, then he comes back and he's like, well, here's the scoop. He's like, Sandy's hemoglobin is low. And they're like, oh, what does that mean? He's like, well, that means he's in a lot of pain. And they're like, okay. And then the nurse...
I'm like, really, Jason?
Then, like, the weird, awkward nurse comes out. And she's like, are you guys friends with Sandy? And they're like, well, actually... This is... like, Jason and Maggie were like, well, this is Carol, his fiancée.
No, you got it wrong. First, Carol's like, I'm his sister, because, you know, they think only family's going to see him. So then, the nurse is like, oh, then are you Sandy's parents? And Jason and Maggie are like, no. And then Carol's like, okay, I'm his fiance. And there's this part where Jason's eyes go, like, wide, like, hold up. That's not true, right? And Maggie's like, yeah, it's totally true. They're engaged. They're engaged. Because Maggie's trying to get it so Carol can go in.
Yeah, so Carol goes in the room and we see Sandy. He's in that weird thing where it's like legs hanging. He's got all these like casts on.
Yeah.
But he's got like a bruise on his face, and it's very, very happy. It's a very happy moment. They kind of like, they have a bonding moment. Sandy references that, you know what, I'm going to be in trouble with my dad because I was drinking last night and the police are going to come and I'm probably going to get like a citation. I'm going to have to go to court.
I ran the car into a tree.
Yeah, Carol's like, well, you know what, we'll move on. Like, this is your second chance, dude. This is your second chance. He's like, yeah,
this is your second chance. We'll never do anything like this again. We've learned our lesson.
They hug it out. The nurse comes back in the room and she's like, all right, you know, your fiancé is going to leave the room now. We got stuff we got to do. And Sandy's like, my fiancé? And like, Carol's like, yeah, I lied. They leave the room and like they're back in the like the little like waiting area, I guess. And they're out there. Jason's like, you know what? I like Sandy. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. And Doug comes running out with like a tray of food. And he has like a banana, and like the banana, he like throws the banana peel on the floor or something. Then the fucking nurse comes out and fucking slips on it and fucking does a fucking digger lands on her head. Doug's like, well, I guess we're in a hospital. I was like, whoa.
Okay, so Doug, can we talk about Doug for a second?
Yeah, Doug is weird.
Doug is weird, and he's one of those actors who you see in like a million things.
He looks like,
but you'll never know his name.
He looks like the very like Revenge of the Nerd looking to me. Mm-hmm. Like he would be like in the background of like a Saved by the Bell episode when like I don't know, there's like whenever they need like a nerd as an extra. That's what he reminded me of. He also kind of reminded me of like David Krumholtz too, for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's got that kind of essence. Like I looked up his IMDb page. He's been in a ton of stuff.
Minor roles.
But like, yeah, they're all like little roles. Like he's one of those go-to guys to fill like a certain kind of thing.
When you need like a neurotic nerd.
Yeah.
He's that go-to. Yeah. Yeah. He was very awkward. Very weird. Like He was Sandy's roommate at college, right?
Yeah, he's Sandy's roommate at college, and he's buzzing on 15 cups of coffee. Maggie sends him to get food because she's like, I think you need food, not coffee.
Woke Maggie is like...
And that's why he comes back with this tray of food, and he's all like buzzing and shaking. And
that's wild.
I see more effects of the caffeine on this guy than I do of any alcohol on Sandy and Carol.
Right? I mean, I'm like more worried about fucking Doug than fucking than Sandy.
Like, I'm worried Doug's just gonna like burst and collapse or something from all the caffeine coursing through his veins.
Yeah, but I guess ABC had a lesson that they had to serve. So I guess the thing was, I was reading like a little background about this episode. So I guess one of the writers caught their teenage daughter like drinking one night, and so he wanted to have this like moral lesson for her. So they like, let's kill Sandy. Yeah, because spoiler alert.
Yeah, like let's kill somebody who's close to Carol.
It seems like everything's all right. Everything's be all right. Like Jason's like, I like Sandy. Maggie's like, I like Sandy. Carol reveals like that. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys what's gonna happen because the police are gonna get involved. And Jason's like, the police? And she's like, yeah, Sandy and I were drinking last night. And Jason's like, at a bar? You guys were at a bar?
And like Maggie puts her hand up and she's like, Jason, now, bitch. Not now. Dial it back. We'll deal with that later, but not now.
Shout out to Maggie for like recognizing that cue.
Again, Maggie and Jason are like, seriously, they might be the best TV parents.
Yeah, like, and then like Jason saw like the little like the cues, like the nonverbal cues from Maggie, like the hand up, and he stopped. He's like, you're right. And they hugged. They did like a 3-way hug. They all just like hugged it out.
Yeah.
And Carol's like, oh my God, I'm like so glad that everything's gonna be all right with Sandy. Like thanks for taking me home. I guess she was just gonna have like a snack or something, and they're gonna go back like later on because I guess Sandy's parents.
Yeah, they're gonna go back later on when Sandy's parents show up and all that stuff.
They're gonna let that shit settle out, and Mike comes out of the kitchen. He's got a sad look on his face, and he's like,
and there's that just like that heaviness to his shoulders as he walks out.
And he's like, Doug, that weird dude from the hospital, just called. I like that, like, for some weird reason, fucking Mike knows about Doug. Like, he wasn't even there.
Well, okay, so my thought is there's a lot of stuff that we didn't see on screen. I'm sure there's, like, instances where they have hung out, because it didn't seem like Doug had never met Carol before, Well,
he comes out and he says, Doug...
Like, they knew each other.
He says, Doug, that weird guy from the hospital called. So I was just like, maybe they called Mike and just like filled him in on what was going on.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we were hanging out with Doug, Sandy's weird roommate. And he's like, oh, okay.
Or maybe Doug's just essence came through on the phone call.
I could see that. He definitely has a vibe to him, the Doug vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Doug, that weird guy. Like, I like that's how he like opens the line with, like, Doug, that weird guy from the hospital called. Sandy just died a few minutes ago. Like, he just like drops the bomb, and Carol fucking's like, fuck you, Mike, and like pushes him like, I will never forgive you for playing this like cruel joke. Because like Mike's been playing jokes the whole fucking episode, so it's like...
Yeah, Mike and Ben have both been like playing, they've been just brothers. They've just been doing their normal brother BS with her.
Maggie and Jason like see that he's serious because I guess, the parents see Mike differently than Carol does, so they realize it's like real. So they quickly come over.
Yeah.
They comfort Carol and they like hug her, and that's when Carol realizes that it's real. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what happened to his second chance? Like, he was supposed to get a second chance.
Yeah.
Like, this is not real. And like the audio kind of fades out. The audio fades and they're in like a group hug. The four of them.
Yeah.
We get like a little fade, then it comes back, and we get this like, there's a little verbiage on the screen. And it's like...
Yeah, you get like a shot of the house, and then just like text on the screen. While you were watching this program, this many people died of drunk driving accidents. And then it's like, it's 29. And then it slowly changes into 30.
And then like we get like the closing credits, which is, it's like really sad piano music instead of like, like fun clips of like the episode.
Yeah.
Whoa, is all I have to say. Like,
very special episode, man.
Yeah, and it doesn't get like very special to the very end, which is like wild.
Yeah.
That's why when I talked to you after I could watch it, I was like, it's like it's a roller coaster of emotions, because like usually like you get like the very special moment like in the middle, and you deal with like the aftermath.
Yeah.
But this just like we ended on it. We didn't get the aftermath, and the next episode is like the grandparents' wedding on a fucking cruise.
Yeah.
So like it's just.
But if I remember correctly, doesn't Carol spend most of that cruise like in her room?
Yeah, she's not in it that much, but they like. I mean, she was probably like sad about like what happened, but like they never referenced Sandy. Like Sandy is like never mentioned again, like in the course of the series.
And which is a shame, because Sandy was Carol's best love interest.
Yeah, I don't even think. Was there ever another one? There was one in like the last season or two. This weird nerdy guy who played Dungeons and Dragons who moved in like next door to the Seavers. Well,
Dwight or something.
He was no Sandy. That's all I gotta say, girl. No Sandy.
That's for sure.
Sandy, R.I.P. We love you. Best TV boyfriend for Carol Seaver ever. Second best Matthew Perry role.
definitely top 5.
All right, yeah, I give it top 5.
Yeah, Sandy is definitely in there. He's iconic.
He's definitely iconic. He's he'll lasting. As I said, I remembered him all these years. Like I thought he was in a lot more episodes, but he wasn't.
Yeah, like I always remembered Sandy. Like I didn't remember it was Matthew Perry for the longest time because
you know what it is. Like when you're watching this, because like I mostly watched the show in syndication back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they didn't really like put episodes in order, so you probably would just like even you're young, you don't remember things as well, so you probably saw like the same episode like 4 times a year. So you're like, oh, it's Sandy.
Yeah, we probably saw these same like 3 episodes like 5 dozen times growing up.
Yeah, and it's weird because they're not in a row, like they're not sequential. They're like spread out over like a few months.
Yeah.
Overall, on a scale of 1 out of 5 Jungle Books, how do you rate this very special episode?
4.
4.
Because it gets you with the emotions, but it could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 also. Like, cause I went into this and I thought like I thought there was gonna be like more of an aftermath, like to what happened and stuff. But no, like they pulled the rug out from underneath us at the very end, and it's over. And I don't know. I went to the next episode right away because I was like expecting like maybe we'll get like a funeral and. I don't know, we meet Sandy's parents, but no, it was just forgotten. So I was like, whoa.
Not in the 80s, babe. Not in the 80s.
I want to know how this episode was promoted. Like,
there's probably a commercial somewhere on the YouTubes.
Like, I'm sure they didn't say like Sandy was going to die because this is like the final fucking moment of the episode.
No.
Carol's boyfriend gets in a car accident. I don't know, like, because the car accident doesn't happen until like the 3rd act.
They probably don't even mention any of that stuff.
It doesn't happen until the 3rd act is when we find out about the accident, and it's a quirky episode up to that fucking point. So I'm just like whoa, like it's just a normal episode of Girl in Pains, and like was it promoted as a very special episode? I don't know, girl. I don't know. I need to know.
I don't know because I didn't see like in my Googling, I didn't see any like promos for it.
Yeah, and I was too young when the episode initially aired. I probably didn't watch it like as it happened.
Probably not. Like, well, we might have been like still up in the room, like, you know.
I didn't watch Growing Pains like new like first run episodes until the final season with like Leonardo DiCaprio when it was on Saturday night. That's like the first time I started watching new episodes.
Oh, really?
I just watched like syndicated. Like that's all I knew because it was on at like early. It was on like 6 o'clock or something in my town, and it was on for a full hour, and that's like all I knew about it. And then I was like a little bit older, like in, like 91 or whatever, whenever Leonardo DiCaprio joined the show. So that's when I was like, oh, like it's on, like, these are new episodes. Like, whoa, like Ben, like Ben's like an adult now almost. And like Mike's a teacher. Like what?
Like, whoa, Ben is huge.
Yeah. It was a shocker to me because like I mostly saw the episodes where like Ben was young and like, what's the girl's name? Chrissy? Is that her name? Chrissy?
Yeah, Chrissy.
I'm like, who the fuck is this girl? Like, where the fuck did Chrissy's like 8 years old now?
I'm like, that's not a baby?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. I feel like I would watch whatever that first hour of TV was, that 8 o'clock hour, and then I'd have to go to bed.
I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I definitely didn't watch. I only watched like syndicated. So like I saw like the older episodes, and then all of a sudden I saw the last season. So yeah, that's my Growing Pains history. It's my history story. Ooga. I'm excited about next week. I don't know about you.
I am curious about next week because I've never really watched this.
Yeah. So all right. So we're getting back.
Like I know about it, but I kind of just missed it when it was actually like on.
We're going to, it's been a while since we've done a soap opera. It's been a hot minute.
Yes.
And we happened to find the first episode of Santa Barbara.
Yes.
It was on from like 1986 to like 92 or something like that.
Yeah, something. It did not have a very long run. It did run longer than Sunset Beach.
We found the first episode on YouTube. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what it's all about. I have definitely seen episodes of this because I had a babysitter in like the late 80s, early 90s, and she used to tape these, and then she would come over and like when she would watch this at night, she would like watch the episodes on tape, and I just remember like watching this and being like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch fucking Growing Pains or something else, and I had to like I was forced to watch Santa Barbara, and so I kind of like I have like vague memories of what it's about and like the characters and the people on it, but I don't remember like specific storylines. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna go to the first episode.
Yeah,
we're gonna see what this world's about, and I don't know. I'm kind of excited about it. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's not one that I recall anybody around me really watching.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember certain things. Like, I remember the Young and the Restless theme song coming on, like, after The Price is Right or whatever. I grew up, see, my mom watched the ABC soaps too, so.
You were in this world.
If anybody in my house watched an NBC soap, it was like a babysitter, and I have no real memories. I was the first one to really watch an NBC soap because that's what I got pulled into when I was 11.
Yeah. So.
And it wasn't Santa Barbara.
So I'm really curious about this. I'm curious if we're going to like it or we're going to hate it or what. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. So join us next week when we watch Santa Barbara. Where can you follow us, girl? Where can you follow our wild adventures?
Bye. I was already say goodbye. You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow us on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram at A Very Special Podcast. You can find us online at averyspecialpodcast.com and saltyrockmedia.com.
And as always, girl, as always,
Bye.
R.I.P. Sandy.